Hello.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wine, Wine, and Once, a Once Upon a Time podcast.
I'm Dee.
And I'm Lo, and welcome to a bad time.
Welcome to a terrible time. None of this is good.
No, we are a Once Upon a Time podcast. We are walking through every single episode, and boy, is it a walk at this point.
All of them.
We were going to rewatch an episode every week and reminisce and recap. I've got some questions that I would like answers.
Suggestions? Concerns?
Couple of suggestions for sure. But I mean, I'm having fun, but it's not a good time, if that makes sense.
No. No, none of this is good, but it's fun. We're having fun.
We're having a great time.
We are.
We have been doing this for years now. Literal years. Since the show came out. So
now we're finally just recording our ramblings, so you all have to listen. But hey, we're watching it so you don't have to.
Exactly. So welcome and cheers.
Cheers. What are you drinking? What's going on?
I got a nice little KSA Kolsch beer.
Oh, fancy. I'm also drinking a beer. That's
excellent. We've completely abandoned the conceit of wine. We used to be much better about drinking wine.
We're old. We can't drink wine on weeknights. We record on Wednesdays, and wine is for the weekend.
Wine is for weekends. I also think the problem is with if I were to have a bottle of wine, I would just want to keep drinking it because it's.
I don't have self-control. I'm an adult with no self-control. What do you want from me?
Precisely. I just, I like and enjoy a glass of wine. And sometimes that might be more. And I'm trying to be responsible. So, single serving.
See, there we go. Eventually I will get there where I will have wine and I'll make responsible choices, maybe. That's not right now.
Absolutely am mostly responsible. It's just with a white wine or a rosé, which are my preferred wines.
Like water, you just keep drinking.
Yeah, I just enjoy it. I drink it fast because it tastes delicious, and then I run into problems. By which I'm just me and I pour too heavy.
I
need smaller glasses. I think that's the moral of the story.
That's fair. This week is exciting. This week is very exciting. Well, for me it is. We're way in the future. Okay. So we've been pre-recording, but we finally actually released an episode to the world.
We did. And it's really exciting. I forgot about that part. I was like, what are you talking about?
No, so that's exciting. There's 8 of you. Hopefully by now there's more of you, because this is 7 weeks later.
One can only hope it's more than 8. But
if you're one of those first 8 in the first 3 days, just know we're specifically talking to you right now.
Correct.
And we love you.
Yeah, you're wonderful.
Specifically. So it's good. It's good. It feels real.
Yeah, because it is.
It is. This is a real life thing happening to us.
It is. That's very strange. But,
But it's good.
It's really good. I'm enjoying it. So
me too.
Well, why are you drinking this week?
Oh, right. I got too excited talking about our endeavors. I'm having what is this?
Oh, no, you told me you were drinking. You said you were drinking.
No. It's a pineapple cart beer.
Oh. So I wouldn't like it.
No, you wouldn't like it. But it's good.
Is there a reason you're drinking this week?
Yes and no. I booked a Disney cruise for my birthday, which, yay, very exciting.
Super exciting.
Booked it impromptu without any planning, so it leaves in 12 days, and I have not done any preparations.
I mean, I guess it's nice that it's a Disney cruise, so you don't have to worry about, dress codes and stuff.
No, exactly.
But.
Exactly, so excited stress.
Excited stressful to travel and
all of that. Yeah. But how about you? I interrupted and got really excited. So
oh no,
what's up? What's going on?
Well, we're coming from the world of before Halloween, and you know, it's always an interesting time of year. So,
Ain't that just the way?
a lot of exciting things happening in the near future, but right now it's a slog. So, you know,
You
both
got
in the
this.
show and in real life, it's fine. I'm getting a new phone. That's exciting, I
That
guess.
is exciting.
Although now I'm like, well, now I have to buy another Captain Carter case.
Oh, fuck.
We just bought it.
It's okay, you'll be back in like 3 weeks. It's fine.
I know I'm gonna have to drag everybody to go buy me a new phone case that's in a replica.
But see, now you have one you can like hang as like
right.
there.
It's special. Like I can just take out the artwork and have it.
Yeah. So it's better.
So it's better. But that's exciting, I guess.
It's exciting.
More exciting than this episode.
Okay, I feel like we're broken records, but nothing happens in this episode.
There is no point to this episode.
Man, like I really want to have faith in season 1 because I remember thinking it was so much fun. But then episodes like this happen. I'm just like, what in the shit is this?
I remember this being a very exciting episode at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think mostly because it was exciting to finally get a full backstory for somebody.
Yeah.
And understand. But now with hindsight being what it is and knowing that Graham was just gonna... A spoiler alert, but again, this is not a spoiler-free podcast, so...
Spoilers. We don't know her.
We assume you've seen this, but knowing that Graham was going to die and not come back in, like, hardly any way, shape, or form...
Rare for this show, to be fair.
Why are we wasting all of this time learning about this character who is going to die at the end of the episode?
Yeah.
They pull this later with Cruella. But at least that was a fun episode of television.
They were cowards.
They were cowards and they didn't know what to do. But, I have my theories and we'll discuss later about all of it, but it certainly just felt like, oh, okay, we're starting to spin our wheels. We are 7 episodes in and we are spinning our wheels.
Yeesh.
Okay.
Oh, God. Well, since it's a lighter one, we don't have as much screaming to do, although I'm sure we still will. I'll go ahead and read the Disney Plus summary to give us a little idea of what we're in for.
Wonderful.
Let's see. One of Storybrooke's residents starts to remember Fairy Tale life. Sure. The town mourns a death. The queen tries to find an assassin to kill Snow White. A couple things.
These points
a little
are
out of order.
Also, whose death are we mourning actively in the episode? We're not. We actually haven't gotten to the mourning stage in the show.
No, the only death that we mourn is Snow's father.
That is true.
Not in town.
That's not in town. So, it's better.
Is it?
No.
God.
Just trying to make myself feel better.
We're out here doing what we gotta do.
The Lord's work. The Lord's work.
David Christ.
David Christ.
Oh, in David Christ I trust.
The name of the Father, the Son, and the Prince Charming.
God. Lo visited last weekend, and we watched a bunch of... We watched like 9 episodes in a row. Our brains were mush at the end.
I am dumber for it, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But we did get another David Christ episode, which was so fucking fun.
Very fun. And we're in our actual rewatch, not our recording rewatch. We're approaching my favorite arc.
Oh, we're getting there. Queens of Darkness.
So,
God,
not because it's a good episode, but
no.
Or good arc, but it's just so much fun.
It's so much fun.
So, yeah. All right,
God, well, enough reminiscing about good times. Let's get on to this shit. Let's go.
Okay.
Are you ready? Do you need a drink? Do you need to stretch? Do you need to like do
a
some
stretch
yoga?
break and do a little stretching. Can anybody hear my neck pop? Don't worry about it. Let me take a little drink
That's fair. That is fair.
before we head into this. Although it's
You know,
not
like
long.
maybe like
Yeah, sit up straight.
well, like, stretch your back so you're not since you will be carrying this episode on your shoulders.
Oh, fair. Fair. All right. Well, hopping into episode 7, The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. All right. We are on Sheriff Graham, and he's throwing pictures or darts at a picture of a deer on a dartboard in Granny's diner, which number one feels weird, and also then like Sydney, just as a side note, not important to the scene, but is like, bet you can't do it again. But this deer takes up like not just the bullseye, but like the entire inner part of the dartboard. So I'm like, I don't think it's that hard. I don't throw darts, and I would take that bet.
Correct. My favorite is that it looks like I get the vibe that it's earlier in the day and Sydney's just absolutely drinking.
You do what you've got to get through the day.
That's fair.
What can I say?
When in Storybrooke, you drink.
When in Storybrooke, when on the mayor's payroll, you drink. Anyway, Emma sees him and is immediately just like, absolutely not. Goodbye after last episode. Because she's still, mad about the whole, like, sleeping with the mayor thing.
She should have known because he lied to her face. No, I'm not done being angry about that. Continue.
Graham just throws a dart at her.
And is God.
Like, nah, you're not leaving. She's like, what the hell? Don't throw darts at me. And
well then.
Fair. And he's like, I never miss, so it was fine. It's not fine. But,
upsetting is what it is.
Yeah, it is. Someone throws darts at you, you leave. Which, to Emma's credit, she does. She gets out. Tries to leave.
That's one good thing.
He hunts her down. Because huntsman. And is being weird and full of nonsense. And then just, like, up and kisses her. But then does the weird thing where he opens his eyes.
No.
And I recognize, I do know that this is meant to show that, like, he's having this vision. Because he sees... I
must implore to anyone listening, if you are kissing your partner, you leave your eyes closed.
Right. Like, I get that we're supposed to see this vision of the wolf. That he's... It's this memory of the Enchanted Forest, but please keep your eyes closed when you kiss. It is creepy. Emma pushes him away, and, obviously Graham gets frustrated, so he does what any red-blooded American man would do when he gets frustrated. He goes, he leaves, he gets drunk, and then he goes and sleeps with Regina.
Naturally.
In his defense, it does seem like a pretty good, decent solution to his problems. Then we flash over to the Enchanted Forest, where Regina and Snow White are mourning the death of Snow White's father. Though, Regina is responsible for that death, as we find out. Snow and the Queen comfort each other, but, when alone, Regina asks the magic mirror how to kill Snow, because she is too beloved by the kingdom.
Well, sure.
She can't, just straight up murder her, even though she could have. It makes it very clear she could have murdered her if she wanted to.
Regina is playing the long game here. Long con.
A long time.
We know that Snow meets her when she's like 10. She's at least 18. At least. So she's been playing loving stepmother for nearly a decade.
At this point, and she's still like, murder. I must murder this child.
What dedication. And I love that for her.
Yeah, it's called perseverance, sweetie. Look it up. Regina asks the magic mirror How to Kill Snow. She's too beloved, a threat to Regina's bid for the throne.
Naturally.
Of course. Although Regina is wouldn't Regina be the one in line as the Queen Regent now? Like
yes, but also
Queen
Storybrooke.
Widow?
Not Storybrooke. The Enchanted Forest has its own rules, I've realized.
That's true. That's very true. The mirror says, of course, that because she's like, I need somebody ruthless without a heart, and he's like, you need a huntsman. And then flashes to Graham, who hunts but cries over every death.
It's upsetting to watch, to say the least.
I don't disagree with perhaps the insinuation that someone who has been hired on as a huntsman perhaps might be the kind of person who just enjoys power and killing.
That's implying that they're not sleeping with the animals, though.
You said it, not me.
We don't kink shame on this show.
But, like, I just think you would maybe perhaps pick a different huntsman, because this seems to be the kinds of huntsmen who, like, the majority of people who hunt are, it seems, he hunts for food, he uses every part of the animal, he only hunts out of necessity. So this is perhaps not the huntsman whom you look for.
No, find another one. Also, he kills the deer, turns to his wolf pal and says, it dies so you may eat. Can the wolf not hunt for itself?
Is that what the red eye is about? It's got one red eye. I don't know.
They will never explain it. They just make sure we know.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, we find Graham. He's the huntsman. He cries and comforts dying animals, so we know he's sensitive. He only kills for himself and has no compassion for any humans who can't understand the wild. Flashback, we're back in Storybrooke. Graham bolts up in bed. He's in bed with Regina after
Love that
their little tryst. But he's been dreaming of a deer and a wolf. Regina tries to soothe him. He says, no, it didn't feel like a dream. It felt like a memory. Regina tries to convince him to stay. But, she's like, you're still drunk. You can't leave. So obviously, Graham does what any red-blooded American man would do. And he leaves. When he does, immediately runs into the wolf. Just immediately into the wolf. He's like on the ground at his car.
I would just speaking of the car, Regina says, you're still drunk. And what does this bastard man do? He has his car keys. He's about to drive.
Like any red-blooded American man. Whose masculinity has been challenged, I guess.
Oh, God.
But yeah, so the wolf stares at him. He stares at the wolf. The wolf stares at him. He stares at the wolf. And then we flash over. We just pop on over to Mary Margaret's apartment, where Emma sees flowers that are on Mary Margaret's table and just automatically assumes they're from Graham, though she is not the only one living there.
No, it's Emma's world. We're all just living in it.
Oh, right, of course. How dare I forget? So she immediately goes and trashes the flowers, and Mary Margaret is like, no, those are mine. They are from Dr. Will, because we had a one-night stand, and also I called him. Mary Margaret's never had a one-night stand before. She's not very good at them. Wee lamb. Yes. So Emma's just glad to see, she's getting over David. Is she? No. But she's pretending, and that's good. Mary Margaret flips the script and says, you know what? It's obvious that Emma is putting up a wall to avoid being hurt by Graham and to avoid being hurt by her feelings for Graham. Lots of walls. So much talk of walls in this episode. Emma's got walls.
It's exhausting.
Walls on walls on walls.
Well, before the walls comment, I believe Mary Margaret makes it because she's like, "Oh, I've never had a one night stand," and kind of just like gestures over at Emma's face. So we don't.
You are a slut, obviously.
No,
so
exactly. We do not kink shame, but we will in fact slut shame you.
Oh yeah. No kink shaming, as long as it's within the
But
bonds of holy matrimony.
Which I love.
You can do whatever you want as long as you're married.
But she has known Emma for what? A month,
3 days?
maybe? And she's never been with anyone. So I don't know where she's coming up with this insinuation.
They're just having girl talk sleepovers.
You know how you talk to your mom?
Oh, beautiful. Anyway, so that's an interesting little interlude that really has very little bearing on anything.
No, we learn walls. Walls are important.
Walls. You know what?
True love is inside of
him. That's what they tell me.
Uh-huh.
So Graham is out in the woods trying to find a wolf. And instead...
You ever seen a wolf?
Instead, he does not find a wolf. He finds Mr. Gold.
So he found a beast, which is kind of the same thing.
Out in the wilderness, wearing an apron.
Over a suit!
Over a suit. Wearing his wellies, though. He's got his rain boots on. And a shovel. And he is definitely not doing anything shady in...
He's gardening!
The world. He's gardening. He's gardening, guys. He's just gardening out in the woods. And Sheriff Graham being an excellent sheriff.
God.
Looks at this man. And I recognize that Graham is going through a lot right now.
Sure.
He's going through it, but he looks at this man. And he goes, yeah, that seems legitimate. You're not doing anything shady at all.
He goes, well, I don't have time to unpack that. I have my own shit to deal with. Proceed.
Have you seen a wolf?
Have you ever seen a wolf?
I don't like the way you've said it. I don't like the way American Princess says it. And I don't like the insinuations of both.
But am I wrong?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Graham tells Gold about the wolf. And Gold says that, you know what? Maybe the dream are a memory of a former life. You know, really being...
It's really philosophical for the two of them.
Yeah, it's a nice little deep conversation, and we just do not address the shovel.
It's like in Chicago when she's wiping the blood off her hands. I just imagine the same innocuous conversation of like, oh yeah, I don't know what happened to that person. That's banana pants. Anyway, you want to get ice cream?
Yeah, that's bonkers. All right. So then we flash back to the Enchanted Forest. We're in a tavern, the only tavern set we have. And Graham is sitting there. He comes in with his little lady wolf, or I don't know, the lady wolf. It's a lot. The way he treats this wolf is a lot. And
he treats that wolf right.
You know what? Wolves look at Graham and go, that man would treat me right. So everybody in the bar immediately starts just harassing him.
If a man came into a bar,
I feel like if a man,
he may or may not have sexual relations.
I just feel like I would give that man space. I would perhaps get out of the bar as fast as I could. I don't want to be around a man with a wolf. And you know what I really don't want to do? Antagonize a man with a wolf.
Oh.
But everybody else is like staring directly at them, getting real close and being like, wow, what a weird wolf dude. I heard he was raised by wolves. I don't know. This upsets Graham because Graham loves wolves.
It just gets worse. This episode does not help its case.
So anyway, the one of the bullies kind of threatens his wolf. So obviously Graham does what any red-blooded American man would do and kills the bitch. Like, I don't know.
Fair.
Just he like defends himself, but like really he's kind of just going on a stabby spree.
Sure.
And of course, this is when Regina's peeking in with her mirror, and she's suitably impressed because, wow, this is some pretty cold-blooded murder that is in fact happening.
This feels like a boy who cried wolf situation, but reverse. Like Regina has cried wolf.
That's fair. And so Regina is impressed, and she's like, bring him to me. Bring me the huntsman. And so Graham shows up, and she offers anything he wants if he will just bring her Snow White's heart. And
sure.
Graham, being the upstanding American citizen, you know, truly a hero, a real hero.
A hero with an Irish, Scottish, and sometimes a British accent, and we love that for him.
Correct. And you know what? He is really a hero, and we're supposed to root for him. So, of course, this man says, yes, I will bring you the heart as long as you protect all the wolves. I will commit cold-blooded murder so long as you protect the wolves.
They're his family.
I feel like we should get a little more just hesitation on the murder of a person. But, you know, whatever. So then we come back to Storybrooke. Graham finds his wolf. He whistles for it and it comes to him.
That's cute for him.
He gets to pet his little wolf. I would like to pet the wolf. It's very cute. But the minute he touches the wolf, he has a vision of himself holding a knife, about to hurt Mary Margaret.
Sure.
Naturally, his next step is to accost the woman in her classroom.
That's what everyone does.
Please leave this woman's classroom alone. This is what
they think
I
they want
beg of the people of Storybrooke. Please leave Mary Margaret in her classroom alone. She needs that time to herself. But you know, no, we're gonna pop in,
interrupt the flow of the day.
So it goes in saying, "Hey, we know each other. We know each other from former life." And Mary Margaret just goes, "You've been talking to Henry."
Why do we let Henry?
Stop letting Henry, number one. And of course, Graham has not been talking to Henry, but he sure is about to go talk to Henry now.
Say more right now, small cult leader.
They have a little heart-to-heart. Snow reaches out and feels a grown man's forehead and is like, "You're burning up. You've got a fever." I don't know why we keep talking about this fever. It's weird because nobody else who ever recovers memories seems to be feverish and weird about it.
No. All I can think of is he was so drunk, he's just unwell.
Yeah, but then why the fever? It's very weird.
Yeah, right.
So, Graham's off to talk to Henry after he leaves the safe embrace of Mary Margaret's classroom. And at the sheriff's office, Regina shows up to bug Emma to stay away from Graham because she's got eyes everywhere.
She does not learn that negging the person to not do something will only encourage them to do it.
Yeah, she's got a lot of time to figure out that, like, you tell Emma no, and no means yes to Emma, so it is the charming way.
Any of that goddamn family will do the opposite of what you ask them to.
Exactly. So, anyway, she's like, "Stay away from Graham," and Emma's like, "LOL, now I'm not going to stay away from Graham. I was, but now I'm not." Cool.
Yep.
Back in the Enchanted Forest, Snow White and the huntsman are walking together, and the huntsman is disguised in the armor of someone. It's the evil queen's guard.
The queen's guard,
but then it's...
But she's not the evil queen yet?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird to me that this was just the aesthetic that the kingdom has chosen, I guess? I don't know. But she is looking at him and, "You're not a guard. I know you're not a guard. Everybody else who has been a guard has offered me condolences about my father, and you didn't. And also, you just look dumb, stupid, and uncomfortable in that armor. So I know you're not a guard." So, and she's just like, "You are here to kill me." What a
wild accusation.
And she immediately knows that it's Regina.
Which is because the only other interaction we've seen is her saying, "Oh, darling, oh, sweetheart, I'm so sorry. I'm here for you. I love you.
And
Mama's
seeking
here."
comfort in Regina, which would be...
So something happened there.
Are we going to find out about it?
No.
Probably not.
But see, this is when the show was still trying real hard to follow the traditional Snow White beats and tropes. They really wanted to hit all of those on the head.
Which would be fine, but then commit. That's all I'm saying.
In this show, no, we don't do that here.
We don't commit. So anyway, Snow is just like, you're here to kill me. Also, I know something you don't. And he's like, what? And you're like, and she's like, you are wearing much armor. And she just like smacks him. So he goes down and just starts running. Runs after her. The huntsman runs after, gives chase, finds her.
Sure.
But as he's like getting ready to kill her, he realizes that she's writing a letter to her stepmom and asks him to deliver it to the queen because she says, you know the woods better than I do. I don't have a chance of getting out if you're alive. Kill me. Here's my neck.
She exposes it very clearly.
Right. No, I'm not being facetious. She raises her chin. She's just like, here, get it over with. But please give her this letter. He reads the letter and it gives him feelings.
Oh, sure.
Of some sort.
I think the letter just said, I hate you 700 times.
I hope so. I hope
you die. Dear Regina, I hate your stinking guts.
You make me sick. You are the scum between my toes.
Love Snow.
Yeah. So, Graham Huntsman is a dramatic asshole.
He is.
And Snow is just prepared for death. She is ready. She is waiting. And she watches him lift this knife high, about to plunge into her chest. And then he just like cuts into a little reed. And is like, here, it's a reed whistle. Whistle it and you'll get help. Go.
Which isn't weird
Go forth.
as fuck sentence to say.
I don't know. So he says, he says the whistle will summon help. You should run. Go. Graham brings back instead a deer heart to Regina.
That'll go well.
Nothing can go wrong in this plan.
No.
Graham, back in Storybrooke, goes to see Henry, our little cult leader, and he tells him all about his visions. And Henry deduces that he must be the huntsman who was hired by the evil queen to remove Snow's heart and bring it back to her. As it goes, he did not. He did not. So she removed his heart instead. And of course, this whole episode, Graham has been saying, I feel nothing. I'm numb. I feel nothing.
Poor baby.
Which ties into this whole, not having a heart thing. Graham tries to tell Emma that he never felt any Regina because he doesn't have a heart, because he goes and finds Emma again. He's like, I've never felt anything for Regina. They see the wolf and they follow it to the graveyard where they find a mausoleum with this symbol that Graham's been seeing in his dreams. And, it's also inside the book. So Graham searches the mausoleum, which is, to our knowledge, a tomb. But we also know that it is a vault. It's also the tomb of Regina's dad, though. So Regina shows up and is like, the fuck are you doing inside of my dad's tomb? And they're like,
that's a fair question.
I don't know. What are you doing here? And she's like, bringing my dad flower.
Logical.
Logical. It's your it's your family member's grave. I think you're allowed to be there. Regina is obviously furious.
This is where things get spicy. I love it here.
Can't wait. But first we have to flash back to the Enchanted Forest, of course, because the queen asks him to read Snow White's letter, which is an apology for the past and a request that Regina rule with compassion. Whatever that means. The queen burns the letter and is just like, LOL, nah. Takes the heart to her vault.
Well, the problem is Snow ends this letter with, I forgive you. Which is when you should not tell to someone if you know they're mad at you.
Right, it will only incense them.
That will just make them pissed off even more.
So true. So Regina takes the heart in the box back to her vault. But it doesn't open because I guess there's some spell on the vault that means it will only open for human heart.
And I guess it's implied that she has a chest, like a little drawer for literally everyone.
She's got a lot of drawers. I don't know. So I guess it's not a human heart. He lied. I don't know. The queen immediately has the guards bring Graham to her chamber where she just yanks out his heart, saying, you know what?
I love that.
Nope, I'm not going to kill you. You're my pet from now on. You will do my bidding forever. I've got my walkie-talkie heart.
That means
instead of an achy, breaky heart.
I hate it.
So then,
things go from good to great.
Guards, take him to my bedchambers. And warns Graham that she has to squeeze his heart and he dies.
Is that a euphemism?
No, as we find out. No, she means it very literally, because back in Storybrooke, we're in the graveyard. We're at the front of the mausoleum. We're outside in the graveyard. And Regina just accuses Emma. She's like, you have to take everything from me. Is that your plan? Is it just to take everything from me? You took my son. Now you're taking my boyfriend. What the heck? So she accuses Emma of stealing Graham. And Graham immediately steps in and is just like, nah, you're the worst. I hate you. It's your fault.
You.
Fuck you. So, and then Emma starts going in too and is like, do you think it ever might be your fault? You might, because first Henry left you, and now he wants to leave you, so it's your fault. And I just don't think it is out of Regina's right to just punch the woman in the face. Just right in the face.
I love that journey for her.
It's not a slap. It's not open hand. It is a full fist.
It's fan-fucking-tastic.
Right to the face. So there is a full-on fight. Graham separates them. Emma and Graham leave, and they go where Graham can clean Emma's wound from her altercation. Regina instead goes inside the mausoleum, but really, where we thought there was a body, it opens and it becomes a staircase, leading down into her true vault. Emma and Graham have their first true mutual kiss.
Cute.
And Regina pulls out Graham's heart from her collection of many hearts, holds it in her hand, and just as they kiss, Regina's got Graham's heart in her hands. They kiss, and Regina just crushes it to dust, where Graham collapses and dies, and Emma just yells, and that's it. That's the episode.
I need to drink.
Happy thinking.
No, I need a drink.
Yeah. It's a lot, but it's very
also
little.
Nothing.
It's also very little. So I had trouble taking notes for this episode
because it's one of those innocuous episodes where things happen, but watching it the second time, none of it matters because this character dies. Every revelation, every moment of truth he gleans about the curse that something's amiss, it's not going to matter because he dies before he gets to reveal the truth to anyone.
Yeah, it's very true.
Like there is no lasting information we glean from this that will carry into another episode.
No, I think the only purpose that I can see this episode serving is this is the first time in Storybrooke we see Regina do something that is truly the evil queen.
That's fair.
I think that's the only thing, though, is that last act of actually murdering someone is the only, literally, it feels like this episode is just to get us to
hate her,
and for that last 10 seconds of the episode.
Well, and I guess I'll kind of jump in with this, because I think what's interesting is they're framing this as Emma loved him. This was a moment. We should feel something. We did not earn that.
Says who?
We did not earn that. They had... Every interaction they had was very, bantery and oh, you want me to be sheriff? Oh, you're arresting me again. This is crap. This is bullshit. Nah.
Yeah. But also, we haven't had that many scenes with them. They were a little heavier in the first couple episodes, but then not much in the way of recent episodes.
So I think end of episode 5, she accepts the sheriff position, and he's smiling, and you can tell, but then it zooms out and he's screwing Regina. So you're like, oh.
Right.
I guess. Then we have episode 6 where she finds out and is like, oh my god, you're screwing Regina. How fucking dare you?
And then she's mad all of this episode.
And it's interesting because we start this episode with Snow or Mary Margaret going, you have walls. You don't let anyone in. Which is very true of Emma. That is, that is Emma's character in the show, except for this one episode. Never again will we see her fall for someone so quickly, care about someone so quickly, get into a relationship with someone without all these, like, what ifs and I can't and oh no's.
That's very true.
So it's really out of character for her.
That's so true because, yeah, like, especially, I'm just putting this together now, but if you put this episode together with all of the advice that she has been giving Mary Margaret about he needs to make a choice, he needs to, you know, and that it was a good thing when, you know, we know that they were going to, there's going to be something down the road, but David was supposed to make a choice, and that was a good thing. Even when that was leaving his wife, even when that was not the right thing to do. That was supposed to be a good thing, according to Emma. Graham never makes a choice.
No.
I guess, theoretically, him breaking up with Regina in this very, very shitty way, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, again, I know you're going through a lot, but if you are wrong, like, if you're just having weird hallucinations and stuff, this is a terrible way to treat another human being. And and especially in these first couple seasons, she's not redeemed. She is meant to be the villain. We're not supposed to root for her. And we are only rooting for her because we have the hindsight of the whole arc.
And we just
I always really enjoyed having the evil queen and Regina on my screen. Like, I just think she's a fun character. I think Lana Parrilla is very fun.
But seeing the entirety of her character arc, though, it's like, oh no, I like this.
Right. No, now I'm absolutely just 100% on her side. And I know when I was watching it at first, that was not the case. I enjoyed watching her, but I didn't want her to win.
No.
She was the villain.
But that's why it's so weird to me, because, like, how they framed Emma in this episode, because Mary Margaret pegs her correctly. She has walls, apparently sleeps around, is not the commitment type.
Right.
We learn later that she had one whole commitment, then the Neil situation,
of course,
derailed. So it really does not make sense to me that this one time and one time only with the man that she has minimal interactions with, she falls so hard, because at the end she's like inconsolable. She's in tears. She's a mess. Like, she's known him and loved him her whole life.
He also does not attempt CPR.
No.
And the thing is, if you know, like, if you were to know that, oh boy, his heart's been crushed, there's no coming back from this, I understand why you would not attempt to revive this person. You would not attempt to call 911.
Sure.
I get that if you have the full knowledge that we have, you're not going to try anything.
No.
But the fact that she just immediately goes into weeping and not trying to save him, he could be having a stroke for all you know.
His chest and is like,
and just calls his name, which, fair, like, you're supposed to. Like, you're supposed to try and wake him up.
But that's where she ends.
Right. And then it's just crying. Which, again, it's very devastating, and I don't mind. But then if that's your response...
Her lips kill the man.
If that's your response to an emergency, though, you're probably not fit to be sheriff.
No.
Because your emergency brain should kick in and be like, I need to call the 911. I need to call the ambulance. I need to call, like, somebody to come help me. I need to start chest compressions because if he doesn't have a pulse, I need to
do something.
At the very least, have a minor knowledge of CPR from television.
Correct.
It's not it might not be right, but I could at least try.
Well, so exactly. So they're like, I don't know.
It's a lot.
Emma's character and they also give her a really weird savior complex for no fucking good reason, because she goes, Regina, maybe people aren't. Have you ever wondered why they're leaving you to come to me? Maybe you're the problem. They all come to me. I'm great. They're leaving you and coming to, like, what a fucking weird choice because every other episode she's, no, I'm not the savior, I'm not special. Oh my
I'm not
god.
good. Whatever. But yeah. Which, I mean, I guess she's kind of goaded into it in that Regina is saying, like, why are you taking everything from me? Is this your mission? Are you taking everything from me? And Emma's like, no, I'm not. Though she could try harder to not be.
Listen.
But yeah, it's such a nothing episode.
Right? Like, I'm trying to think, like, it's, I can't even sit here and say, oh, this was a fun episode, except for the punching. I love the punching moment for everyone.
Big fan of the punching.
I just love that it wasn't your stereotypical, like, cat fight. It wasn't just, you took my man, I'm gonna slap you in the face. They were punching each other.
Full fist fight. Yeah.
Beautiful. Full fist.
Full fist. But, yeah, it was just hard. Like you said, it's hard because none of it matters. Nothing gets revealed. Nothing. I mean,
if anything, they even confuse their timeline further because now I'm trying to figure out where between Snow's father dying and her going with Graham or the huntsman, what happened there? Because I don't think we're ever given that specificity.
No, they didn't care.
What happened?
Because they just straight up didn't care. Ugh. They didn't. Oh, I did want to bring up.
Oh, do it.
I did want to. They're like, I just have little notes. Nothing major because again, nothing mattered.
No, the price is right. The rules are made up and the points don't matter.
You're thinking of whose line is it anyway?
Fuck. No, I said what I said. I said what I said because that's the energy of this show. It's just everything thrown together. Oh, you must have the brain cell today. Let me know when I can have it back.
I will. I'll send it your way pretty soon.
Thank you.
Okay, so I just have like a couple of little things. Number one, I kind of brought this up in the summary, but I just feel like even if you are distraught, even if you are, like, as long as you are not hallucinating, as long as you are lucid, I just think that maybe you probably would have the instinct to question man wearing a suit, an apron, wellies, and holding a shovel in the woods.
My favorite, he says, I'm guarding. You look behind him, it's just like ferns and trees.
I've guarded this whole forest. I'm ancient. I don't...
Is he a cryptid? Like, what are we supposed to take from this?
Yes, he is. It's confirmed. Gold is actually Sasquatch.
That's fair. You know, he's already every other goddamn character. Let's throw that into the mix, too.
You know, why not? It's fun. Maybe a little E.T. for a treat.
Treat for later.
I've been a very brave little girl.
Oh, no.
Oh, you know what did bother me this whole episode?
What?
The number of transitions through the eyeballs. Like, it happened more than once where, like, somebody would open their eye and we'd zoom in on it and then we'd be in a...
It's like soaring over the world. It's the abruptness of soaring over the world with those...
Do not get me started on soaring over the world and my hatred of soaring over the world.
Yeah.
How dare they mess with perfection? It's just weird. Also, did you notice... I know you noticed because we were laughing about this as we were watching. But all of the noises that were coming out of Gray.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, I'm mostly upset that I think this was his audition for 50 Shades of Grey.
I mean, a lot of noises coming out of the man.
Oof.
Not
good ones.
What was the one that the yeesh? That was a fun one. There
was a lot.
Just
a lot of bizarre noises.
I get that you kind of have to, especially as the first person who's really been treated in, like, getting the heart treatment, you kind of have to.
Also one of the few deaths that's lasting, which is fun.
He sleeps with Regina. He must die permanently.
Jesus Christ.
No, that is the rule.
I hate how true that rule is.
That's the rule.
Holy shit.
Regina's bed equals permadeath. You will die permanently if
Oh,
you end
no.
up in that bed.
How many men have been bested by her vagina? That's the question of the show.
It's at least 3. Oh, it was
Oh, I'm
just
devastated.
it's weird. It's weird. It's just weird. Also, I looked down at my notes. There's a haberdashery Storybrooke.
Oh god, that's right. We have a
Oh
new
yeah,
favorite thing we like to do ever since we watched 9 episodes in a row.
because we're dumb.
Whenever there's a newspaper or a shot of the town with buildings we don't recognize, we now have to pause it and learn everything about this godforsaken town.
I need to know everything about Storybrooke. Everything. They have a historic trail. That was.
They do. The rent's actually not bad
I
there.
would move to Storybrooke. It was like $750 for a large house. Absolutely would move to Storybrooke
Yeah.
for that.
They also have like a tandoori kitchen. That's
They
nifty
did. They
for
had
them.
an Indian restaurant and a haberdashery. We're trying to figure out who would be in charge of the haberdashery because we know it's not the Hatter.
No.
The Hatter lives in a mansion and is midweek Sebastian Stan.
Tell us,
So
tell us who the fuck you think in this town would own the haberdashery.
haberdashery. It's beautiful. Just beautiful.
God, what a nothing waste of my time.
Really, I remember watching this and being so invested, and looking back with hindsight, I'm just like, oh my god.
I remember thinking this was going to be the ship that went through the whole show. It was going to be Graham
Well, it
and
might
Emma.
have been had not 50 Shades of Grey happened.
Don't like that.
It's not wrong though. Not wrong.
So nothing happened in the episode. Anything we can add to either the plants, the tree, the fuck fern?
Either plant.
Anything?
Anything. Technically we can put we now can officially put Graham and Emma officially as a relationship / kiss. It's really just a kiss. But we
really just want to see the incestuousness of who all has kissed each other.
Correct. It's just the fuck fern is just to chart who has relationships.
Who has slopped saliva?
Who slaps saliva, but also who like has weird chemistry throughout the show. Cause like
Zelina and Rumpel makes me so deeply uncomfortable.
Okay, we were watching
in our
9 episode binge. It was so deeply uncomfortable. But, can't wait to add them. It's I know we call it the fuck fern. It's really more of a fuck knot. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. So, nothing goes on the family tree because nothing happened in this episode.
True.
But we can put Emma and Graham officially onto the fuck fern as having kissed. We will update that. That's kind of it. Again, anything we needed to clock in the counts?
No lies that I detected.
Not really, right?
No magic beans. We got our same curse. What a load of nothing.
Nothing. There was just
nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Which is weird because then I was like, as we were watching, I was looking at the next few episodes. And we're actually headed into some stuff that matters a little bit.
Right?
Then we're going to spin our wheels some more because we've acquired Sebastian Stan.
Ah, we love that journey for us.
But even that has a slight purpose. Not a great purpose, but a slight purpose.
Well, because we get into the spicy whole, like, Emma and Regina going head-to-head for, like, mayor, I guess, or something. Like, and then we have the Mary Margaret and David messiness.
Right, and Mary Margaret getting accused of, murder.
Spicy. Oh, God, then we have Skin Deep. Fuck me.
I can't wait to read you for filth.
Yeah, that's fair. But the fact that so early to see, how bold of them, 7 episodes in.
To just be like, nah.
Have a filler episode.
Nah.
But episode 5, that still small voice we kind of determined was also mostly a filler episode.
I think what is happening is that they have such a cast. And I also think they, except for this episode, But, like, I think anytime they do a character intro, they fully expect us to see this character a lot on the show. So, therefore, we do need to spend a lot of time with them.
Sure.
So, I like, in as much as, some of it feels filler, if we keep seeing that character, that knowledge serves us well.
Which is weird why they had an Ella episode, never gonna see her again.
No, we're never.
And now Graham.
No, we will see her again. She'll pop in for drinks at one point.
That's true, but not for anything. Oh my god, I forgot Girls' Night.
Girls' Night.
Oh my god.
And she'll pop into, like, some flashbacks from time to time.
God.
But yeah, we're not gonna. No, it's weird. It's weird. I guess I can only assume they thought they were going to get out of some of these characters. But this one is weird because we spend all this time only to immediately murder him without him sharing any of the... Like, I know he goes to people, but again, they all think he's crazy, right?
Right? So he gains all this knowledge in the end and there's no payoff.
Right. It'd be one thing if he gained the knowledge and kind of passed on some of it.
Like, the cult of Henry Mills gained by one measly son of a bitch for 5 minutes.
Then he died.
Then he died.
Like,
which feels like an ominous warning, don't join the cult.
Yeah. Even if it had been going to someone and I think I'm in danger towards the end.
Right?
Like, I think I'm in danger because of this knowledge I have. Like, if he'd gone back to Mary Margaret and been like, I know this is, like, I know it sounds crazy. I'm sober now, and I'm okay, but I know this sounds crazy. I understand, but I really think I'm in danger for knowing this. Mm-hmm. And then he dies. Like, that would imprint something that's like, huh. Well,
Yeesh.
Was he? Is there something going on? But they don't do that.
No.
No, they just kiss and die.
Kiss and die. That's the episode.
Kiss and die. Bam.
God, what a bad time.
A bad time. But the good news is, it can only go up from here.
Oh, yay. It can only go up from here. God, it has a long ways to go.
After this episode. Oh my goodness, yes. But next week, we will be watching Season 1, Episode 8.
Yes, Desperate Souls.
Which has a still from Once Upon a Time in Wonderland on Disney+.
It upsets me every time. Because every time I'm like, why is there going to be
a rabbit?
Cracked out rabbit in this episode?
Why is the white rabbit here?
There never is.
Correct. So what happens in Desperate Souls? What's the Disney+?
The one sentence summary is, as Emma runs for office, Regina indulges in dirty politics.
Oh, right. Okay, so finally we're getting some plot movement.
Yeah. So excellent. I guess get excited for that. We need something to get excited for.
Exactly. But for now, have a wonderful week.
Yes. Have a wonderful week. And we'll see you next time.
Next time. Bye.
Bye.